Are you planning on visiting the UK anytime soon? There are many attractions in big cities, such as London. But if you plan to visit the countryside, be sure to walk the Dales Way. Where is the Dales Way located? The Dales Way is located in the United Kingdom, in North England. It begins in a town called Ilkley, in the county of West Yorkshire. It ends in the town of Bowness on Windermere, in the county of Cumbria. How long is the Dales Way? The walk is about 84 miles, about 135 kilometers. It passes through two national parks, Yorkshire Dales National Park and Lakes District National Park. Much of the route is typical of the British countryside, quiet and serene with views into the distance. What natural features does the Dales Way follow? The Dales Way is called so because it follows the dales, or valleys, of rivers along much of its route. The route goes upstream along the River Wharfe between Kettlewell and Ribblehead. It then passes over a watershed, which is the highest point. It then descends following the Kendal, Mint and Kendal rivers, before finally resting in Windermere, which is a lake. How difficult is the walk? This walk is known for being of an easier difficulty to many other walks. Although the central section does increase in altitude, it accommodates this in a very gradual way. The path follows this green line, which follows the rivers, which are located between the valleys with purple elevation. Despite following rivers, the paths are generally well built next to the rivers, as shown in this picture. In addition, there are signs for walkers. Therefore, we recommend this path for anyone, whether you're a backpacker on a gap year or a recent retiree. The Dales Way is perfect for anyone keen on doing some light, leisurely walking. How do I get to the Dales Way? Unless you live in London, the most logical way to get to the Dales Way is by taking a plane to London and then taking another plane to Leeds, in the north of England. Flights from Melbourne to London range from $1,300 to a lot higher. And flights from London to Leeds are a few $100s. Then take a train from Leeds to Ilkley. This takes about 30 minutes and is about £5 or $8.50 in Australian dollars. How many days is needed to complete the walk? The walk is about 135 kilometers. If you average 27 kilometers a day, you will reach Windermere in 5 days. Here is a suggested itinerary. Day 1, Ilkley to Grassington, 26 kilometers long. The journey begins in Ilkley, which is by far the largest town on the route, so it may be a good idea to get supplies here. This is Grassington, one of the many small towns on the route that offer accommodation. Prices in Grassington range from $109 to a couple of $100s. Day 2, Grassington to Hoverhome, about 20 kilometers long. Hoverhome is quite small, but there are still a few inns. This is the George Inn. Day 3, Hoverhome to Dent. This is about 32 kilometers long. Along the route, you can detour 1 kilometer to see the Ribblehead Viaduct, a famed tourist attraction, encompassed by some of England's most stunning countryside. It was built in 1874 and is made of 24 arches and is 400 meters long. There are some small inns in Dent as well. Day 4, Dent to Burnside, 32 kilometers. There are 3 inns in Burnside. If you would like to, there is the option to stay in the nearby town of Kendal, which is a much larger town. There is a range of accommodation available. Kendal is a centre for tourism, known for the Kendal mint cake, among other things. And lastly, Burnside to Windermere, about 16 kilometers. Windermere is a much larger town, and Windermere Lake is the largest natural lake in England. Getting back to London from Windermere is quite simple. There is a train service that takes only 3.5 hours and requires 1 change. What should I bring? These are some of the estimated costs. Some things you would have bought beforehand, like the plane ticket and some of the motels and inns. But remember to bring money for the train ticket, food and other necessities, as well as money for other attractions in the UK you intend to visit. Apart from money, there are other things you have to bring, like travel documents, and a way to contact someone in case of an emergency, like a satellite phone. In addition, you could buy a Dale's Way guidebook, available to buy online. There are markers along the way, but it may be safer to bring a map as well. Also, it's a good idea to travel with a companion, just in case something happens, and so you can have someone to talk with. Otherwise, it would be pretty boring. Here is a picture of one of the rivers along the Dale's Way. You can admire the natural ecosystems of these rivers, as well as some beautiful flowers in the forests. Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. Good luck with your journey.